And in a world full of text messages and tweets, phone calls are often taken for granted. But 140 years ago today, history was made with the first ever phone call. One America's Cameron Kramer explains the significance of Alexander Graham Bell's famous call to his assistant.
In 2016, telephones are everywhere, in every pocket and purse. But on March 10, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell uttered these famous words, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want you." It was the first telephone call, and while it wasn't recorded, this was.
Alexander Graham Bell.
It's the only historical confirmation of Bell's voice, something he recorded himself on a wax-covered disc. Bell was a prolific inventor, even from an early age. When he was 12, he built a device to speed up the process of husking wheat grain. But his passion was communication, and helping those with communication problems. Bell worked at several schools for the deaf and even met with Helen Keller. With that experience and a creative mind, Bell began theorizing about a telephone concept in 1874, later explaining, quote, "If I could make a current of electricity vary in intensity precisely as the air varies in density during the production of sound, I should be able to transmit speech telegraphically." On March 7, 1876, Bell received the telephone patent. 3 days later, he would make history. Bell made a needle vibrate in water, varying the electrical resistance in the circuit. He spoke the famous sentence into the liquid transmitter as his assistant Thomas Watson listened in a different room. He then founded the Bell Telephone Company, which would later become AT&T, with his father-in-law and Watson. Over the next 18 years, the company faced over 500 court challenges about the patent, but none were successful. By 1886, over 150,000 people in the U.S. owned telephones. But the man who invented the phone wasn't a big enough fan of it to keep one in his office, saying it was distracting to his work. Bell died long before touch tones, car phones, and cell phones. And while he never got to see the evolution of his invention, he never had to deal with telemarketers or this. So perhaps it's a wash, but there's no denying his impact. So much so that when Bell died on August 2, 1922, the entire telephone system was shut down for 1 minute in tribute to his life. Cameron Kramer, One America News.